Let us see how to use sort function in Python. I'm going to create a list that is a number list. The list has to be enclosed within a square bracket. So I'm just giving few numbers which is in an unsorted manner. Okay. Now if I want to sort this list, then I have to use my list dot sort. Sort is a function which is used to sort the list. Let us visualize the program. So see here, now once I click the execute, that is the first statement is executed, it is sorting. A list is created with the index values, and once I use dot sort, it is sorted in the ascending order. Okay, you can see that it has sorted. Now you may have a question like how to sort in a descending order. So we have a attribute called reverse. So if you use reverse and then if you try, now you can see that it has been sorted in the descending order. Okay, so this reverse is an attribute which is used to, if you want to sort it in a descending order, then you have to make it reverse is equal to true. By default, the reverse will be false. Okay, so that is why it is sorting in an ascending order. So let us create an alphabet list, that is a list which is containing some alphabets, and see how it is working. I'm going to create the alphabet list. Okay, I have created the alphabet list and I am going to sort it using the sort function. Let's see what is happening here. See, it has created the elements, that is, it has created the list with the index value. And what happens now, all the capital letters has been comes to the first position, like C, which is a capital letter, and Java and Python, and then it has sorted like small letter C, and the word which start with small letters has been sorted after the capital letters. Okay, so Python is a character sensitive language. Got it? So if you want to reverse this, okay, anyhow we have discussed, no, you have to use the reverse keyword. Now let us visualize this. You can see that the small letters are appearing first and then the capital letters has been pushed to the last. Okay, so this is how the reverse keyword works in sort. Okay, so let us try, that is to sort the keys of the dictionary from A to Z. Fine. So I'm going to create a dictionary here and I'm going to create a dictionary that is a string keys. Okay, the keys will be of string. Mm, okay, so I'm just going to rate myself for the skills which I have. So I'm just going to give 5 for Python, and I'm just going to make it every first character as a small letter. Okay, and 5 for Tableau, and 5 for Power BI. Okay, so we are just going to change, we are going to see how it looks. Okay, first I'm just going to sort the keys. Okay, so obviously you have to use, I'm just creating a separate variable and I have to convert it. I'm going to make it as a list, that is I'm going to make all the keys as list. Fine, so that is how we can sort it. So I'm, in order to convert it into the list, I'm going to use list function, and inside that I'm going to make my dictionary keys into the list. So keys is a method which is used to extract only the key values. Okay, so these are all the keys. Fine, if you have any doubt in what is a dictionary and how to create a dictionary, you can refer to my tutorial. Okay, so this is what the key, and if I want to extract only the keys, I can use the dictionary name and with the keys function. Okay, now what happens, only this Python, Tableau and Power BI will be stored in the key list, in the list format. Okay, not in the dictionary format. Fine, so now I'm just going to sort it, which is very easy because which is in my list format dot sort. Okay, so I have sorted it. Now let us execute and see what has happened. See, once I've executed the first line, that is a dictionary, so it has created a dictionary. Okay, it's not, the dictionary will not be created with the index values, it will be created with the keys. Okay, so this is the key, Python is the key, Tableau is the key, and Power BI is the key. And once I have executed this keys, only the key has been created as a list here. You can see that the keys are created as a list, and then it by itself it's sorted because I have used the sort keyword. Okay, and likewise if you want to sort it in the reverse order, then give reverse is equal to true and just execute it. So you can see that my dict, and the first one, whatever I have given as the first value, that is a key, and after the colon whatever I have given, that is a value. And if I execute the second one, you can see that it has created a list, and it has been displayed in the descending order. Hope you find something useful in this video, and you can tell me if you have any other doubt in Python. You can just post it in the comments. I'll be here to help you, and any doubts related to technology, you can just post it. Thank you for watching. Explore more and share this with all your friends. Thank you. Let us understand the difference between single slash and double slash in Python. So the single slash is used for division, and also this double slash is used for division. But you have one difference, that is double slash is used for floor division. Okay, so what it will do is it will not consider the decimal point. Let me show you with an example. If I am just doing 10 divided by 3 and I'm printing the value, and in the second expression I'm using floor division and I'm printing the value. So let's see what is the output. See here, if I do 10 divided by 3, although these two operands are integer value, but it is giving me the float operation, float output. Okay, but if I execute with double slash, it is showing me 3. Okay, it is not considering the decimal point. That is what floor division operator. So if you want to fetch the whole numbers, that is the numbers as an output, then you have to go with double slash. If you want the floating point as an output, that is exact output, then you have to use single slash. Let us understand the use of insert statement, that is insert function in the list. I'm going to create a list with list 1, okay, and I'm adding some elements into it. Okay, now I wish to add an element into the list which should be in the 0th index. Here you can see that my 0th indexes are, the first index is tableau, the second index is, the element in the second index is Power BI. Now I want to add one more element as the 0th element. Okay, so I'm just going to print this, okay, before so print list 1, and I'm going to use the insert function. Okay, list 1 dot insert, and in the insert function I have to specify in which index I have to insert it. Okay, so that is in the 0th element I wish to insert Python. Okay, that is in the 0th element I wish to insert Python. Okay, so I'm just printing this. After using insert function list 1, I'm just printing the list. Okay, now let's see what is the output. So you can see here that once I have created a list and trying to printing it, so the first, that is a element in the 0th index is R, element in the first index is W, and element in the second index is Power BI. Now I'm just trying to add the element. Now you can just see here that automatically this R will be changed to Python, and this, what happens to this R? Can you see here that Python is inserted in the 0th index and R is pushed to the first index. Okay, so this is how exactly the insert function is used in list. What happens with append? I have also uploaded a video for that. The append function will insert a value at the end of the list. Let's try that too. Okay, I'm just using the append function list1 dot append, and I just want to specify which should be at the end. Okay, so I'm specifying this. I'm just using MATLAB, and okay, so this is append function. So just note what is happening while we are executing this code. Okay, so 0, in the 0th element you have R, and using the insert statement I can include any element in a specific index value, and using the append statement, what will happen, the element will be added at the end of the list. Okay, the append is used to add the element at the end of the list, whereas the insert statement is used to add the element in any index position. I'm going to write a program with iterate through a string and prints every character in that string. So let us create a string called Python programming. So if you want to iterate through the every individual character of the string, you have to use for loop. Okay. So let us understand, even if you are creating a string, how it will be stored. Okay. So that we will understand while visualizing it. Fine. So I have created the string. Now what happens inside the string function, sorry, inside the string variable, what happened is your Python programming string has been declared. Okay, now str is holding the Python programming. Now what will happen? See, if I execute it, it is fetching the first character in the string and printing p. Okay, and if I am just executing it, then it will go to the next character and it will print p. And once until it prints the complete character, you just see this side. Okay, that is, it is executing and printing the characters. Okay, so until it completes the all the single characters in that string, it will keep on executing. Okay, so once it has done, once it reaches the last character, it will end the loop. You can see that for loop we don't want to declare anything like I is equal to 0. Okay, automatically it will go and fetch the first character. Basically how it will be stored, so the complete string will be stored like this. Okay, p y t h o n, and a space will be there, and then the next character will proceed. Okay, programming pro. So these are all elements, and these elements, every individual element will have its own index. Okay, so like this it will execute the every individual character inside the string. Hope you understand the concept. Now let us discuss how to reverse a string in Python. Let us create a variable called strx, and I am storing a string called Python programming inside that variable. Okay, and using this, okay, you can reverse a string. So this is negative indexing, and I'm just wanting it to print from the reverse. Okay, make it inside the print statement. Now we can see that strx is holding Python programming string, and if you execute this, it is reversing the string. Okay, so if you want to print the complete string, so how you can do it? See, so if you do like this, what will happen? It will print the complete string. Okay, instead of printing individual elements in that string. So if you want to print the individual element in the string, how you'll be doing it? str underscore x 0. So here you can see that the first element of the string has been printed. Okay, so this is very simple to execute. Let us see how to print the length of the string. Okay, length of the variable. So it's very simple that you have to use len function. Okay, len function, which is used to display the length of the string. So simply execute this. You can see that the length of the string is 18. How it is calculating? It will also include the space. Okay, it will starts from P and then it will end till G. Okay, we will discuss three important functions which are used with list. Let us create the list with some elements. Let us understand what is count. Count method is useful to find out how many occurrences are there in a list for a specific element. For example, if I want to count how many times this 45 has occurred in my list, or how many 48 are there in my list, or how many 22 are there in my list, then I can go ahead with count. So I'm going to write the print statement with my list dot count, and inside that count you have to specify which element you have to count. So I just wanted to count 45, and let us visualize this. See, it is allocated, and the 45 is like you have 245 in the list. Okay, that is in the my list, so it is showing 2. I'm just typing 48 and let us see what is it showing. So I have only 148 in my list. So this is about count. So count will show you how many the occurrences of the element in the list. Okay, so let's proceed with reverse. With the name itself, you can identify, you can understand that reverse method will reverse the order of elements. Reverse the order of elements in the list. Okay, so I'm just going to use list dot my list dot reverse, and I'm going to print the list. So let us see what's happening here. Okay, so what happened, the list has been reversed. Okay, so initially it was 22, 22, 36, 45, 45, and 48. Now it has reversed into 48, 45, 45, 36, 22, 22, and it's been printed. Okay, so reverse will reverse the list elements. Okay, and the third one is index. So if you want to find the index, to identify the index number of an element. Okay, index is a function which is used to identify the index number of an element. So how can you do that? I'm just trying to do it with my list dot index of. So for which element you wish to know about the index number? So if I want to know about the 36th element, so I can give like 36, and then finally print the a. For Better execution, I'm just commenting the previous statements. So let's visualize this. Okay, so what happens in EA, it is storing 2 because the index value of 36, the index number of 36 is 2. So the 2 is stored in the list A. That is what I have did here. And then once if I click next, you can see that 2 is the index number. Okay, so index function is used to find which is the index number. What is the index number of the particular element? Let us try giving 22. Guess what? It will show you 0 because that is the first occurrence, right? Okay, so my list has been allocated with the list, and immediately it will check for the first occurrence of that, and it is storing 0 in A, and it is printing 0. If I give 45, let's see. So what is the index element of 45? That is the first occurrence of 45 is 3. So 3 will be stored in A, and you will get the output as 3. Got it? So these three functions are used in list. We'll meet you with an exciting topic in the next video. Please share this with your friends so that they will also get benefited about this. Thank you. Let us understand how to do aggregate in the list elements. I am just creating a list with some numbers. Okay, so list should be created with square brackets, and since it is a number, I'm not using it inside the quotation. In order to do sum, that is if you want to print the total of the list elements, then you can use sum of. Sum is a function which is used to do the which is used to add the elements in the list. Let us visualize this first. Okay, so what happens here, all the elements in the list are added and the output has been displayed here. Okay, let us find which is the maximum, that is which is the highest element in the list. So I'm just printing max. So max is a function which is used to print the highest element or the largest element in the list. So you can see that the sum is 191 and the largest element is 72. Likewise, you can also find which is the smallest element in the list using the function which is min. So minimum, it will show you which is the minimum element in the list, that is the smallest element in the list. You can see that 26 is the smallest element. Okay, let us try using the characters. Let's see what is happening with the characters and how it is evaluating, or whether it is evaluating or not. Actually, this is not possible, right? The sum. So what is happening here? It is showing an error because this is not the supported function. Since the list is having only the character which is a string, and the addition is possible only with the integer, that is why it is showing the error. Let us try with max. Let's see what is the output it's showing. So the maximum value is C. How come it's possible? Because it is taking up the ASCII code of the C. Okay, so what happening here is the ASCII code of the C is higher than the ASCII code of A and B. So it is showing C is the largest element. If you have any doubt, you can just go and search as ASCII codes. So it will show that in our keyboard, in every individual character, every symbols, operators is having a separate ASCII code. In that, you can understand that C is having the highest ASCII code compared with A and B. Let us try with a minimum. So if you use min, so what's happening here? I think A will be the minimum, right? Okay, min and max is working, but why not sum? Because using sum, what it will do is it will try to add the values. Okay, it will try to add the values which is not possible with the characters. While doing sum, it is not converting it into the ASCII codes, but while trying to do with the min and max, it can easily find out the character that is an ASCII code, and it is showing which is the minimum and which is the maximum. There are few more important concepts in list like append, okay, extend, and other things that I have discussed in the another video. You can just go through that. Let us see how to concatenate tuples. Tuples are immutable in nature. That is, you cannot change the values once it is created. So you can create a tuple with parenthesis. Okay. So here I'm creating a number tuple. And in the tuple 2, I'm creating a string tuple. Okay. Now I'm going to concatenate this. So how can you concatenate? See, understand the difference. Concatenation is different, whereas plus, that is addition, is difference. Different. Both has different meaning. Okay. So I'm going to use plus operator in tuple C. Okay, I have used plus operator in tuple. You can see that it has concatenated. Okay, that is plus operator. So plus operator will behave according to the operands. Okay, so what are all operands? You can see that this is operator. Plus is an operator which is a binary operator because it is working based on the two operands. So it is called as a binary operator. Okay, now let us see. I have used 3 plus 6. Here also you have plus, but it is not concatenating, it is adding the value. You can see the difference because these two are integer in nature. Okay, so it is adding the value. If I give two floating numbers, it will also be added because these two are floating in nature. But here, if you see, this is a tuple with numbers and this is a tuple with alphabets, that is words, that is a character. Okay, so if you use plus operator between these two tuple, it will behave like a concatenation. So concatenation means what? It is not adding the value. Okay, we are just extending, we're appending the element. of the another tuple to this tuple. Got it? So plus will work according to the values you have used. We are going to visualize the guessing number game in Python. Okay, so I'm going to get the input from the user, and the number should be between 1 to 10. Okay, so for that I'm going to import the random package in Python, and I'm going to allocate the target number as random int. Okay, and the guess number, which is random dot rand int. Okay, 1 comma 10 comma 0. Okay, let us understand this line very clearly, that I have initiated the value, that is I have initialized the value for target number and guess number in a single statement. Okay, so you can also write like target number is equal to random dot rand int 1 comma 10, and guess number is equal to 0. This is also possible, but we should utilize the features in Python that you can initialize the variable, that is the value for the variable, in a single statement itself. That is why I have declared here like tar number, that is this is one variable, and the guess number, which is the second variable. And for target number, I am initializing the random value, which should be between 1 to 11. So why 1 to 11? See, this is my starting number, that is from which number to which number it has to guess. Okay, so if I want to guess till 10, I have to give 11. Okay, and if I want to guess till 50, I have to give 51. And this number, that is 0, is initialized to guess num variable. Okay, this is initialized to target number, that is star number. Got it? Hope you understand. I'm just proceeding. I'm going to use a while loop. Okay, while target number is not equal to guess number. Okay, this loop should execute until I found, that is the user found the exact number, random number. It has to execute. Now you can see that once I have entered, it automatically indented it. Okay, this is called indentation. Fine, which is inside the while loop. Okay, in guess number, I'm going to get the input from the user. Okay, guess the number between 1 to 10. Okay, I'm just typing this and I'm ending this statement, and then at the end you can print this is correct. Okay, now let us execute this code. Hope you understand this code, right? So here I'm importing this random package, which has to be imported if you are going to use this rand int function. Okay, and this rand int function is inside this random class, and this is the line where I am declaring and initializing the value for two variables. Okay, and here I'm using the loop to execute, that is it has to get the value from the user until the user has guessed the number correctly. I'm going to visualize this. I'm sorry. Okay, so there I have closed it with a single quotation, and then I have closed it with the and okay. So you can see here, import random. So random module has been imported, and then what happened? The in the target number, I have informed that I need random integer from 1 to 11. So automatically it has declared the value that is 7 to the target number, and for guess number it has declared 0. So what happens when it comes to the next line? It will prompt the input from the user. So here I have the prompt. If I give 5, I know that this is 7 because it is showing me the live execution. But if I give 5 and if I submit it, so what will happen? The guess will be, that is the 5 will be entered here, and what happened? Actually that is not the correct guess. Okay, and then it will ask me for the number. If I give 2, okay, even 2 is not the correct number, right? So it will ask from the user until we have guessed the correct number. Okay, if I give 7 here, let's see. So what will happen? It is coming out of the loop because the target number and the guess number is equal, and it comes to the end of the loop, and finally it will print guess is correct. If you want any other concepts to understand, let me know. Please post it in the message box, comment box, or else if you have any doubt in this program, you can ask me. Any other program or any other concepts to be discussed which is based on technology, you can let me know. Thanks for watching. We are going to visualize the guessing number game in Python. Okay, so I'm going to get the input from the user, and the number should be between 1 to 10. Okay, so for that I'm going to import the random package in Python, and I'm going to allocate the target number as random int, okay, and the guess number which is random dot rand int, okay, 1 comma 10 comma 0. Okay, let us understand this line very clearly, that I have initiated the value, that is I have initialized the value for target number and guess number in a single statement. Okay, so you can also write like target number is equal to random dot rand int 1 comma 10, and guess number is equal to 0. This is also possible, but we should utilize the features in Python that you can initialize the variable, that is the value for the variable, in a single statement itself. That is why I have declared here like tar number, that is this is one variable, and the guess number which is the second variable, and for target number I am initializing the random value which should be between 1 to 11. So why 1 to 11? See, this is my starting number, that is from which number to which number it has to guess. Okay, so if I want to guess till 10, I have to give 11. Okay, and if I want to guess till 50, I have to give 51. And This number, that is 0, is initialized to guess num variable. Okay, this is initialized to target number, that is star number. Got it? Hope you understand. I'm just proceeding. I'm going to use a while loop. Okay, while target number is not equal to guess number. Okay, this loop should execute until I found, that is, the user found the exact number, random number. It has to execute. Now you can see that once I have entered, it automatically indented it. Okay, this is called indentation. Fine, which is inside the while loop. Okay, in guess number, I'm going to get the input from the user. Okay, guess the number between 1 to 10. Okay, I'm just typing this and I'm ending this statement, and then at the end you can print this is correct. Okay, now let us execute this code. Hope you understand this code, right? So here I'm importing this random package, which has to be imported if you are going to use this rand int function. Okay, and this rand int function is inside this random class, and this is the line where I am declaring and initializing the value for two variables. Okay, and here I'm using the loop to execute this. Execute, that is, it has to get the value from the user until the user has guessed the number correctly. I'm going to visualize this. I'm sorry. Okay, so there I have closed it with a single quotation, and then I have closed it with the and. Okay, so you can see here, import random. So random module has been imported, and then what happened, the in the target number, I have informed that I need random integer from 1 to 11. So automatically it has declared the value, that is 7, to the target number, and for guess number it has declared 0. So what happens, when it comes to the next line, it will prompt the input from the user. So here I have the prompt. If I give 5, I know that this is 7 because it is showing me the live execution. But if I give 5 and if I submit it, so what will happen? The guess will be, that is, the 5 will be entered here. And what happened? Actually, that is not the correct guess. Okay. And then it will ask me for the number. If I give 2, okay, even 2 is not the correct number, right? So it will ask from the user until we have guessed the correct number. Okay, if I give 7 here, let's see. So what will happen, it is coming out of the loop because the target number and the guess number is equal, and it comes to the end of the loop, and finally it will print guess is correct. If you want any other concepts to understand, let me know. Please post it in the message box, comment box, or else if you have any doubt in this program, you can ask me. Any other program or any other concepts to be discussed which is based on technology, you can let me know. Thanks for watching. Let us understand what is a list comprehension. List comprehension which helps you to make custom lists in very potent and practical way. For example, see, the list comprehension can be used to make new list by extracting from other lists or iterables. Okay, let us see how to create a list comprehension. So I'm just creating my list. Okay, that is with few list elements, and if I want to make the if I need a same element in my another list, okay, in my list 2 also, I need these elements as a in my another list. So what I can do is I can use for I in my list. Okay, what it will do is it will fetch all these elements to this new list as well. Okay, now I'm just going to print the new list. Let us see how it is working. Okay, so if you just try to print the new list, you can see how it works. So what happens here, I can have created the new list. In the list comprehension, I have started with the iterator, so you can see that what happens here. So that is I is becoming and it is storing 23. Okay, and then 34, and then 5, and then 6. So this is what list comprehension. Okay, and what happened here, it returns all these value into the my list 2. Fine, now the my list 2 is here with the list. Okay, so this is what list comprehension. So list comprehension is made inside the list. Okay, that is within the list. We can use the for loop, like as usual. What are the syntax we will be using? We can use the for loop. So this first I is what exactly the element. Okay, this I is what exactly the element, and the second I is the iterator. Okay, so this first I will be fetching the element, and the second I will be the iterator, which will fetch each and every element from one list and save it in the another list. Okay, so let us see with another example. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another list. Okay, in my list I'm going to use 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and then in my list 2 I'm going to use I plus 2 for I in my list. Okay, so now what it will do is I'm just adding plus 2, that is instead of first I, okay, I have used plus 2, where we have implemented a map function to the whole list. Let us see how it is visualized. I'm sorry, is equal to. Okay, fine. So now 1 2 3 4 5 is in my first list, and what happens here, okay, I is 1 2 3 4 5, and you can see here that the first term, because I have used plus 2, right? So I is equal to I plus 2. So first one 3, it starts from the 0. See, in the third, in the second index I have 3. Okay, so what happened here, it started from 3, because I have given here I plus 2, which is my element, the first element to be displayed. So 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so it is just storing these values and it returns the 3 4 5 6 7 to my list 2. Can you understand the logic? So what happens here, this is the element, so I'm just trying that this is the index value of the element, just trying here that I have to fetch the second index. Okay, so let us try one more thing. Instead of I plus 2, I'm just giving I star star 2. Okay, what happens now? It starts from, let's visualize it. So what happens now? 1, okay, and then 2 to the power of 2, that is this particular element has been powered. Okay, that is 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, and 5 square, that has been printed here. Okay, so this is what we call it as a list comprehension. In list comprehension, we can also use conditional statements. Okay, so let us have the same list. Okay, in my list where I'm just giving if I, that is the value I is less than 3. Okay, so let us execute it. So see what happens now, which is less than 3, that is 4, right? So I, the first one is printed, and 2 to the power of 2, which is 4, until then it is printed, and the execution is stopped because I have used the condition here, like that I is should be less than 3. Okay, so that is what you can also use the conditions. Okay, so this we call it as a list comprehension. I'm just summarizing it. What is a list comprehension? A list comprehension is a powerful tool that will help us to make custom lists in very efficient and a practical way. Okay, so it may be a bit different while if you are just starting with the list comprehension, but it will be very easy if you started using it. It is very useful if you make new list by extracting from an other list. Okay, like it can be replaced with many functions, and you can easily create the list easily in a single line itself. That is why we just go with the list comprehension. Okay, it is somehow it is equal to a map function or a filter function and a conditional statement and loops. Instead of implementing all these things, we can directly go with the list comprehension itself. Okay, so as while discussing, I just told that it also replacing the map, right? We will discuss about the map in the next video. Let us understand map function. Map function is used to apply a function to each of the items in an iterable form. This actually used with either a dictionary or a tuple or a string or list or some range of objects. Let us understand this with an example. I'm creating a list. Okay, I'm just going to create a list, that is my list. Okay, and inside that I'm just writing my favorite programming languages and also some tools which I know. Okay, so now I wanted to create an another list. Okay, I'm creating another list using the map function. The purpose of the another list is that, see, that list should be the length of this list. For example, if it is Python, okay, the length of Python should be the another list. Length of Python, length of R, length of the tableau, length of Power BI should be the list item, that is a list element in the second list. Okay, so what I'm doing is map length. Okay, which length I have to decide. So that is the first list, the list which I have created. From that list I have to create another list. Okay, so I'm just printing the list of my list, because this is also a list, right? So I want to convert it into a list. Okay, so let us see what is the output. Okay, so here what I'm doing, see, it will fetch the length. Okay, the length. So the expected output should be like, see the list, in my list 2, it should have the length of this. Okay, 3 4 5 6. So for example, 6 comma 1 comma 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 comma, like that it should be the length. Okay, let us execute it and see what happens here. Okay, so now you have the list, and if I give, so it is using the map instance. Okay, the my list is the map instance, where you can see that the my list 2 is having the length of these element. Okay, python, the length of python is 6, the length of R is 1, the length of Tableau is 7, and the length of Power BI is 8. Okay, so I can map it, mapping the length and creating a new list. Got it? Did you understand what is a map? Okay, here you can use map according to your expectation. Okay, so that is what the exact function of the map. Got it?